Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Terraria. In the last episode, we killed the golem a whole bunch of times. Let me just double check this recording. It is, that's good. Let's minimize this and don't leave it up. And in this episode, we picked up a mushroom. Get the fuck out, get all this out of my inventory, and then swap our diving helmet because we don't need it. And in this episode, we're going to be going into the dungeon, as now the dungeon has changed. There are many dastardly and scary things here in the dungeon, but it is the next stage for conquering the final part of the game. Like most of the bosses, 90% of the bosses are now done. We're on the home stretch here of the game, and the last thing we need, or one of the last things that we will need, is spectral armor, and to get that we need some ectoplasm, and that's why we're here. We are here to search the remaining areas of the dungeon, and as you can see, there's hard skeletons here now, along with a lot of other evil, hard nasties that we will encounter. So we need a minimum of 30... oh gosh. We need a minimum of 30 ectoplasms. And they're only really dropped by wandering spirits, and wandering spirits are randomly appearing. So I'm not too sure how we're gonna work this out, like, because it might be like 2-3 hours before we get enough ectoplasm. But again, it's like, how much do you want to edit out of the Let's Play? Enough to make it look like you're making progress and be like, oh, okay, he's cutting out the boring grinding parts, but keeping in enough to make it like, okay, he's definitely not cheating, because he definitely didn't cheat because he didn't get that pick saw. Even though he got a pick saw, he didn't get it with the items he had, so he's put it in the chest and he's not using it. So, you know, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to play the game fairly, and if I get 30, I get 30. How long are we going to spend in this recording looking around this hard mode dungeon? Okay, we found a guy. That guy needs to go straight away because he is the worst man in existence. And as you can see, he took quite a bit of damage off us. Oh god, really? I just saw that thing fall down. Where is it? Right, we've got to be careful. Because that is... yeah, this is the reason why we've got to be careful. Because there is a paladin down there, and paladins do a lot of damage. And this is why we have every item available to us. Because we are going to need every item to be able to conquer this dungeon. There is, by the way, a wandering soul, and as you see, we did pick up ectoplasm. So what we want to do, I think, is we want to get here and... no, we can't get there, we can't get there! Stay away from me, and there's also a guy with an inferno fork or a rocket launcher. So we got a lot of bad shit coming our way right now. So we're going to throw at that wall, and hopefully everything will die. That is my my hope and my dream. And what I really need to do is block off that door as well, if at all possible. No, no, you go away a moment. So what we're going to need to do here, because I need that door blocked off, is go 7. Get out of here, Skull, because there's going to be rocket launchers firing at us. So we need to go 7, we need to have 7 equipped, do this, block the door. So now they can't get in, or they can't, like, come through the door, while we focus on all of the nasties that are down there. Oh god, there's a guy throwing at me as well. What's dead? What's dead? What isn't dead? That's our main concern right now. There's a lot. Look at all of the dudes. Oh my gosh. So we'll use the possessed hatchet because it homes. And this is basically what you have to do. You have to be able to bring every single weapon into the hard mode dungeon with you, because this is literally the hardest place in the game. This is the hardest area in the game, and it's got the worst shit that can kill you really easily, even while you've got turtle armor. So that's why we need ectoplasm. We need the spectral armor so bad. Did the paladin and the other guy drop anything is also another question. I would like to go down that hole to find out, if at all possible. It didn't look like it. We've also got a paladin incoming, so I don't know how we're going to deal with him. God, fucking... he's going to fire upwards at us, isn't he? Yeah, he's going to fire upwards at us. So we wanna leave the paladin alone. We don't need to see Mr. Paladin Man. We want to ignore him, and we want to just look for ectoplasm. of which we found 2 of 30, so we're 28 away. That is a rocket launcher guy, but luckily we managed to kill him. And yeah, there's a lot of other stuff in here. I'm just thinking about if the paladin's over this side. That's why I've got to be. No, 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 no. Okay, we're dead. 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 So yeah, the problem is, as you can see, there's a lot of hard shit, and I can't concentrate. I need to explain things. So another thing is all of the loot. The loot in this dungeon is amazing. Everything in this dungeon is completely overpowered. Well, it's not overpowered for the thing that was added after this, but this is where you get all the best loot. The Inferno Fork, really good. The Bone Scepter, I can't remember what it's called. The Bone Lightning thing, really good. Everything's really good. Please die. Fucking Paladin. And as you can see, even just the Paladin alone is as hard as a mini-boss. Because he is a badass. And yeah, that's just about all I have to say on that. So now we can... Really? There's a golden chest that we never opened? We really never opened that golden chest? Holy shit! I kind of want to go back and get a key now. To get in that. And you know what? I think I might actually do that just because of our health situation. It'll give us... There was 2 that we never opened. What the hell's wrong with this dungeon? Hey! We got a keyblade! If you can see it over there. Awesome! I will probably use the keyblade just for the sake of using it because it's funny. Will you please just leave me alone? But yeah, I think I'll walk back and get 2 keys just to give our health chance to regenerate. We picked up another ectoplasm, which is good. And I'm really curious of what's in those chests and how we did not find enough keys when searching for the Goblin Tinker. It really interests me. So, I am going to warp back. I'll cut the recording here just so you don't have to see me like going back to the house, picking up keys, and then walking all the way back. So I will probably cut the recording here, and I will meet you back at the top of the dungeon again once we kill this paladin. So, oh really? There's a guy as well. Well, this is gonna end one of 2 ways. We're either gonna go. Oh, come on, guy. Really? Oh god. Oh god, there's another one. Alright, we are leaving. So there we go. That's how hard the dungeon is for everybody. That is a very bad, naughty, nasty dungeon of horrible evil. We will pick up 2 keys to use on that chest. Oh, we got an ancient necro helmet as well. That's nice. And we got 3 ectoplasm. So we'll keep all these. We'll probably store this in a chest because we won't need it for later. We'll store these in a chest because we can sell the excuse me. The keys we want to take, the ectoplasm we want to take, the bones we might as well keep so it just like racks up in that slot rather than taking up a new slot. We're good to go. So I will stand here for a moment with our heart lantern and campfire effect, and I will meet you all back over at the dungeon. Stop. Alright, we're back in the dungeon. We're back at full health. We've got our 2 keys to have a look at what was in those chests. And yeah, we're good to go. And oh my. Now I'll have to, and what I'm going to do, I don't know if I mentioned this in the previous part because I had to like save the previous part and it opens with Camtasia and it is slightly strange, but that's okay. But in the first half of this, I don't know if I mentioned, but I will be like stopping Terraria for a day maybe and just like do 2 Isaac videos so I can decide at what level I want to grind this final set of items. Like obviously we need 30 ectoplasm to make the spectral armor, and in the space of 10 minutes, because I just checked how long we've been recording, we were recording for 9 minutes, and in the space of 9 minutes we found 3. Now if we times that by 10, you know, to get 30, that means that's going to be 10 videos long, and I really don't want to have a 10 long video finding 30 ectoplasm, because it's obviously not very, very beneficial, and I think a lot of you would get bored of the Let's Play. And me myself, I am also, like, partly starting to get bored now. How can he fire? Is there a way I can, like, bounce these rocks and hit him? Because I don't think he can come through the door. That dude's going to be a problem. Unless we just run in and tank him. That fucking skull. So, yeah, and the dungeon is obviously, like, my worst place. Fuck it. There we go. We got rid of him. So, yeah, like, I don't know how long I wanna do this, because obviously we were 10 minutes in, and the dungeon is the hardest place, and yes, it's nice you've seen it, and there's a fucking paladin, really? There's a fucking goddamn paladin. He can't fire at me. Oh, fuck's sake. No, but you can come through the fucking wall. If you just please leave me alone and let me explain to the nice people. Jesus. So yeah, this is why I don't want to record the dungeon, because I just hate the dungeon so much, and especially because we're going to be grinding for ectoplasm. And you don't want to see me just being like, I'm trying to get commentary out, everything's fucking coming at me. It's a pain in the fucking arse, and so on and so forth. So I'm probably going to cut out a lot of the dungeon. If something drops, then I'll record it maybe, but I just don't know. And it is coming to the point of this fucking guy. It is coming to the point of the Let's Play starting to drag on, and that's one thing about why you should never pick long games. Like, this is a long-ish game, I'm not going to lie, but I have fun with it. Like, I really have fun with it, playing with it off screen. But when you do a Let's Play of a long game, even if you have a lot of fun with it, you've got to come up with a commentary for like 80 episodes, and that's basically what Terraria is going to be. And I do say, like, a Let's Play should be never any more. If it's a long one, like Final Fantasy VII, which is a really, really good game, but it's long as balls. But yeah, if a Let's Play is any more than 100 episodes, then you're doing something wrong. Like, a Let's Play should never be any more than 100 episodes, in my opinion. And you're gonna fire up because you're a fucking dick. But yeah, a Let's Play should never be any more than 100 episodes, in my opinion. And if it goes over 100 episodes, then you're going to... For God's sake, I just want to stand here and let my health regenerate. Oh good, now you're going to be down there. Fucking dungeon. But yeah, did he fire through the wall? But yeah, I just want to stand here, let my health regenerate, and talk to the nice people. And yeah, it's... By the end of a Let's Play, like, if you're going for a 100-part Let's Play, there is no way you can... There is no way you can make 100 parts interesting. Like, you can make... I'd say up to part 70 interesting, but after so long, oh fuck's sake, after so long, the whole thing will start to ring. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. There you go. There you go. Fucking paladin. Yeah, the whole thing will start to ring a bit insincere. Like, by the end of the 60, 70 episodes, you're like, oh well, you know, it's been really fun. I've had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun commentating. But now you come into the end of the game, and it's dragged on for so long, it's like, oh, well, I mean, I guess I'm starting to lose momentum, like, because now we have to grind. Look, we didn't even find a single, yeah, oh good, Phobe was slain. Look, we didn't even find a single ectoplasm. Look at our time limit, we're on 5 minutes, so that means we've been recording for 15 minutes. With only 3 ectoplasms, so it's like now I've got to do the final set of grinding, and the final set of grinding is always kind of a pain in the arse, but at the same time it's like, well, it has to be done, and it's kind of has to be done in every game. But in some games, like Final Fantasy, yes, you have to grind, but the most you're going to get is experience. So, like if you're playing Kingdom Hearts, for example, which is an even better example than Final Fantasy, it's like, okay, I need to grind for Ansem, I need to kill Ansem, and he's level 60, so I should be level 70, 75, you know, if you want to be over leveled 80. I need to be 20 levels higher than Ansem to beat him, so I need to grind. However, I've already got the ultimate weapon, and I've already got the best equipment to give me the highest defense, so there's nothing that the Heartless can drop other than experience. So I can grind off screen. I can be like, okay, I'm grinding off screen, and then I get to level 80, and then I'm like, hey guys, we're back, we're here, we're just gonna run in, we're gonna kill Ansem, it's gonna be a good time, because you didn't have to watch all of the grinding. Whereas something like Terraria, wow, it's a really good game, and you know, it's fun to play off screen. It's fun to play off screen because you don't have to like show everything. And like right now, I'm going to the hard mode dungeon, and I can be like, okay, I'm grinding the hard mode dungeon for ectoplasm. Which, you know, that's going to obviously be fair, because I haven't got any ectoplasm. I don't ever collect the stuff, so when I get 30 ectoplasm, that has been done legit. But then, you might say, oh, while I was grinding off screen, I come across the Inferno Fork, and you'd be like, ah, but wait a minute, I saw an Inferno Fork in your last video, you used it on the Golem for demonstrational purposes, and it's like, yeah, that's true. Well, how do we know, Spyro, that you are using an Inferno Fork you got out of the dungeon, and how do we know you're not just saying that and using the one that you've got stored in your chest from another world that you were playing with your friends? And it's like, well, I mean, I can't really prove that now, can I? So, a game like Kingdom Hearts, it's fine to grind off stream, because it's like, oh, well, I'm only getting experience, and it's only going to be, like, 20 videos long. There is going to be a lot of off-screen grinding, but I don't have to worry about being like, oh, I need to show absolutely everything. I need to show every drop, everything I pick up. Because, as I say, if I go get my Inferno Fork, or if I get an Inferno Fork in the dungeon, you might be like, ah, you got that out of the chest, and the Steampunker has arrived, which is good. So that's the kind of thing that's the kind of position we're in this like final rundown, if you will. We are now going for the final set of armor. We're now going for the final bits and pieces. But because we're in a dungeon that drops a heck of a lot of loot, like, there is so much that can drop in this dungeon. There's the Magnet Sphere, the Inferno Fork, the Shadow Beam, the Spectral Staff, the Rocket Launcher. There is so much that can drop in this dungeon. And because of that, any items I pick up off screen, you can easily say you got them either with Spyro, who is more overpowered than Drager, because he's got the Pumpkin Moon items and some Frost Moon items. Or you can say I've just got it out of one of my chests back in the house, which I have got a few of the items from this dungeon in a chest, but I got them with Spyro, so you could easily call me a bullshitter, and it was like, well, I'm not bullshitting, and it's like, oh, but how do we know that? So that's why at the end, that's why I'm now starting to lose a little bit of momentum with Terraria. It's like, okay, I've beat all of the bosses but 2, 3, and now it's like, okay, now I've beat all of the bosses but 3, because we've got the Pumpkin, the Frost Queen, and the Lunar boss to defeat. And now I've only got 3 bosses left. It's like, hey, I'm coming to the end, but it's still going to be like another 20 episodes, by which point we're going to be on episode 80, and episode 80, it's like, oh man, we've been going for this thing's been going for 80 episodes. And yeah, it starts to wear just a little bit. So Terraria is kind of coming to its end, and I'm partly glad that it's coming to the end. Like, some Let's Plays, obviously, like most of the Let's Plays I do are PlayStation 1 Let's Plays, which I'm going to get back into. I just kind of wanted to finish Terraria up, and we are close to finishing Terraria up. There's another chest here. I thought I had a key for that chest. But yeah, we're coming to the end of Terraria, and I want to get back into the PlayStation 1 games. I've actually got one lined up, and I'm getting quite a few title cards for it. But it's like, yeah, it's like I'm coming to the end of it, and I'm partly glad, because a lot of my Let's Plays, like PlayStation 1, can only last so long. Like, all the PlayStation 1 games I've done thus far have lasted a maximum of 50 episodes. Like, Bubsy lasted 20, Spyro lasted 43, Spyro 2 lasted 43, Crash Bandicoot, I think Crash Bandicoot was the one that lasted 52 maybe, But yeah, all of mine are below 60, and they have a genuine end. Like, when you beat Cortex, it ends. When you beat Ripto, it ends, bar the super bonus world, which we always go to anyway. When you beat the Queen Woolies, it ends. Whereas here, it's like you can beat a boss, say like the Golem, but then if you want to harvest the Lizard Temple, then you need to grind on that boss until he drops the item. It's like now we can easily beat the and why am I not using the possessed hatchet is another thing, because it does way more damage. But it's like we can beat, oh god, there's a rocket launcher dude and everything. But yeah, it's like we can beat the hard mode dungeon. We can stay alive in the hard mode dungeon. You know, we can pop a healing potion. We're full. We can stay alive in the hard mode dungeon, but we need ectoplasm. And how often will ectoplasm drop? Oh, for fuck's sake. This is not good. So yeah, this is the point, and it's like, oh well, we've been hit a bunch of times, we're about to die again, then we'd have to trail back here again. So yeah, I'm kind of glad that the Terraria Let's Play is coming to the end. Don't get me wrong, I totally enjoyed it, and I'm probably going to enjoy it to the end. The dungeon is just never my favourite place in either version, because way too many monsters spawn in the dungeon for its own good, and I'm just like, the dungeon really wears on you. So, you know, I'm glad it's coming to an end, but I really did have fun with it, and I'm going to continue to have fun with it way after the Let's Play's finished. I've put 1,000 hours into Terraria, which is crazy to imagine that this game could literally, like, take up 1,000 hours, you know. That's both in terms of the Let's Play and in terms of just casual play, making worlds, going on servers with friends. So it's crazy to think that this game did get 1,000 hours out of me, and when the Lunar update comes out and we do the Lunar boss on screen, it's going to get more than 1,000 hours. But, you know, it's just glad that the Let's Play itself is ending. So we're just continuing to look for souls, and if we die again, then I'm going to end the recording here, because, you know, that's kind of the limit. We are on, what are we on? We're on 13 minutes, we were already recording for 8 minutes, so it's been about 20 minutes. So I think after we die, or sometime soon, will be a good point to end the recording. So we're just going to continue to look around, maybe get a magnet sphere or something. And then off screen I'll decide what exactly I want to do, whether I'm going to do any kind of like off screen grinding, or I'm going to leave the dungeons in just in case rare items drop, so that you can say, hey look, Sparrow did actually get that drop from a thing. But that's all for tomorrow. That's all for me to think tomorrow, because I've recorded Minecraft, and I've put Minecraft together. I've got to put this together, which won't take a minute, and I've got to record Isaac, so I will be recording another episode of Isaac after this one. So we got a horde coming after us, which is always fantastic. No, it's not. And we've got one of those dicks down on the lower level there, who is managed to avoid being hit by for a minute. And we still didn't get anything out of him. Oh, and good, there's a paladin coming to make our day all the more happy. And a rocket launcher and a necro guy, all descending upon me. So that's always good, isn't it? Well, we're dead. There's no way we're getting out of this one. Maybe. Oh, I think we got him trapped. No, oh, we're trapped. We're dead. There you go, we're dead. So, I will see all of you in the next part of Let's Play Terraria, where maybe I'll have got the ectoplasm, maybe I haven't. We got 4, so we did pick up an extra one from somewhere. And yeah, that's all I have to say. It's been a productive episode-ish. We got 4 ectoplasm. We've set ourselves a goal, and we're kind of wrapping up Terraria now, because, you know, we've just got the moons and the lunar boss left to do, and we're getting there. But I'm starting to get despondent. But we're okay. Let's go and cheer ourselves up with some Isaac. So I will be back in a moment with Isaac.
Buzz, motherfucker.